So it's only been 3 years since Jurassic World Dominion came out and pissed everybody off. But don't worry, they're already back with Jurassic World Rebirth. Is it more of the same, or is it a return to form? Hey, what's up everybody? Nick here, and today I want to give you guys my spoiler-free review for Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, as I do with all of these, I'm not going to give spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, don't worry, you can watch. I'm going to tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, I'm going to give a rating on the movie and tell you whether or not you should go see it. So the largest complaint about the Jurassic World trilogy as a whole was a bunch of unnecessary human storylines that convoluted the movies, took away from the dinosaurs, and didn't really have any payoff. So Jurassic World Rebirth really just needed to focus more on the dinosaurs, and people would probably like it. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys that it definitely focuses more on the dinosaurs. But first, I want to get out my cons, and there's really only two of them. One con with this movie is the family subplot. In the second act of this movie, you get introduced to this family that's going to eventually come into contact with our team led by Scarlett Johansson. And they're going to play a role in the movie, but it's minor. However, I just didn't really care for them. Now, I did like Xavier, he ended up being funny, but largely I just found when these characters were on screen, it was just a little bit grating. It added more people to the movie, and it was people that I didn't really find interesting. However, I am happy to say that they don't get a ton of screen time, so it's not like it's really going to drag the movie down for you. And then the other complaint I have, and it's really not even so much a complaint, it's more so that I want more, is the handling of the Distortus Rex. And I mean that in the sense of I wanted more. Now, I guess that's a good thing. I guess it's a good thing that Gareth Edwards didn't give us a ton of that. And honestly, that's probably the mistake that some of these movies have made in the past, is showing us a little bit too much of the big bad. Look, I love the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3, but it does get to a point where it's like, okay, we get it. You're a Spinosaurus, and you're the antagonist in this movie. So I give credit to Gareth Edwards for that, because he treats it very much in like an old school monster movie way, but damn it, I wanted more, because when this thing is on screen, it's friggin' great. Now, the first positive I have with the movie is the story. This plot is super condensed. It's very, very easy to follow. See, some of the other movies, they were either super convoluted, or the plot was kind of nonsensical. Look, I have dumb fun with Dominion, but like, come on, Locus? Like, really? Locus is the focus of this movie? No. This movie is very, very streamlined. We are going to this place because we need this thing. It's that simple. Now, if anybody's going to go, oh, well, there's always got to be a human bad. Yeah, dude, we're 7 movies into this franchise. That's literally going to happen in every single one of these Jurassic Park movies. If you didn't know that by now, you're in the wrong franchise. Like, that should be baked into your mind going into these movies. So when it happens, you're not like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Well, dinosaurs can't talk. I don't know if you knew that. And they're not going to be like with our characters the whole time. So there's got to be that human antagonist too. Another thing I really like about this movie is the cast. Look, I think that Scarlett Johansson, she never looked better than she does in this movie. Let's just say that. And she's really good. I really like Jonathan Bailey in this movie. I had not really been familiar with his work at all, but I found him funny, I found him charming, and I ended up really liking him. Mahershala Ali is really good in this movie too. I really like his role. I think that he adds some comedy, and he's also just a freaking brute badass. Like, I just really dig this guy. I believe that he'd be the captain of this ship, and he'd be calling the shots. So I like the cast pretty much on the whole. Like, there wasn't any cast member that I was like, oh God, you're really bad or you're unnecessary, aside from the family. But even then, like I said, Xavier's funny and they don't have a ton of screen time, so whatever. Another thing I really appreciated is some of the callbacks in this movie. Gareth Edwards uses the same font on the screen as they had in the original Jurassic Park. And I actually really dug that. Yeah, it was fan servicey, but I liked it. I also liked how much of the original theme music they used in this movie. Jurassic World definitely mixed it in there, but they tried to do their own thing. And this one, it is very heavily reliant on a lot of those original themes, and I think it just adds to the wonder of this movie and draws it closer to that original film. But what everybody wants to know about is the dinos. How do they handle the dinos? Never better, in my opinion. Look, I'm going to tell you guys right now, the CGI in this movie is phenomenal. It is incredible. Like, these dinosaurs look phenomenal. I don't think the T-Rex has ever looked better. I think the D-Rex, the Distortus Rex that I already talked about a little bit, is incredible. I think everything about the dinosaur sequences in this movie is great. It is pulse pounding. There were multiple moments where I was like, And that's a good thing, because I haven't felt that way in a Jurassic Park movie in a really, really long time. They brought back the suspense. They brought back that element of horror with these dinosaurs. Now, that's not to say this is a horror movie, but honestly, this, the original, and Fallen Kingdom, I think are the only movies in the series that really lean into that at multiple points. And those are some of my favorite movies in the series, so go figure. I like when these big, scary dinosaurs feel big and scary, that there are stakes here, that there is suspense. So I just have to shout out the CGI. I have to shout out the way they handle the dinosaurs. Just phenomenal. Every dinosaur gets its own sequence in this movie, and I really, really like that. In other movies, you'd have, oh, there's 5 or 6 dinosaurs in this shot, in this sequence. There's 3, there's 4. This one, every single sequence is that dinosaur sequence. Their sequence and their sequence alone, and I really like that, because it allows that creature to be highlighted and showcase what it can do, and how great the effects artists made these things look. So that just leads me to this question. What's the issue here? Why did anybody have a problem with this movie? I genuinely don't understand. See, I'm not a grumpy old man when it comes to these dino movies. If the dinos look good and I have fun, it was worth my time. This is a little bit better than that, though. Like, I'll actually give this credit. They look good and it's fun, but also you have human characters that you don't hate. The plot isn't convoluted. It's pretty straightforward. And you get these sequences to be suspenseful again. So, like, what is there not to like about this movie? Honestly, with some of the discourse I've seen about this movie, I think it's really rooted in people are just burnt out on this. They're burnt out on these big dino movies, and if that's the case, then maybe skip them from this point. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say to those people, and that's not me hating. I just don't see how this movie didn't deliver on what a Jurassic Park fan would want. Look, guys, you should know by now, 30 plus years since the original movie, no movie's ever going to touch that one. You want to know why? Because that was the first movie where we got to see dinosaurs animated in the way that they were. That sense of wonder you had, that magic, you're never going to recapture that, because we've seen it done to death at this point. So really, the bar they have to meet at this point is, do they look good? Are they handled well? And they are, absolutely. But that sense of wonder, that childhood excitement, you're just never going to get that again. So if you are expecting any Jurassic Park movie from the first movie to live up to that one, then you're doing yourself a disservice, because it's just not going to happen. But that doesn't mean these movies aren't going to have stuff to offer. Sometimes you can have enjoyable performances, suspenseful sequences, great visuals, great locations, and great dino action, and that's really all you need. And that's what you get with Jurassic World Rebirth. It's not going to reinvent the wheel. It's not going to supplant Jurassic Park as your favorite movie in the series. But you know what it will do? It will give you 2 hours of fun that you can understand, with characters that you can get behind and dinosaurs you can be in awe of again. And at this point, 30 plus years from the original movie, that's really all you could ask for. So I give Jurassic World Rebirth 4 out of 5 stars, and I think you should see this thing on the biggest screen possible, because it looks gorgeous. But I want to know down below what you guys thought of the movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you indifferent to it? If you haven't seen it, are you excited? Or did Jurassic World Dominion make you say no more dinos? Whatever it is, sound off down below. Please make sure to leave a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. This is Nick of the Lost River Drive-In, and I'm pulling out.